Yo, honestly, this is like my best outfit. One of my best outfits, just like a white, nice little shirt from H&M and some shorts. Y'all see this white hair going on here? Y'all see this? Oh my gosh, that little belly fat got me feeling like jello. Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Jordan here today with a brand new vlog. And I just want to talk about my experience with being comfortable in my own skin and how that came to be and how it wasn't always that way. As with many people, we all have our insecurities. We all have our uncertainties or anxieties about ourselves, feeling like we're not up to par because of social media, because of the internet. We all believe we have to be at a certain standard. We all believe that the norm is supposed to be this way and not that way. And of course, I have my own insecurities too, but over time, over conscious and deliberate practice, I was able to become comfortable in my own skin. So how did it all begin? I definitely in high school just wanted to fit in. And I know high school, that's kind of a normal thing now, just because we're kind of figuring ourselves out. We're growing up, we still need time to mature. But man, that was the most prominent I've seen myself just trying to fit in, just making decisions based on other people. But I know many of us kind of carry our high school selves into college. Sometimes that habit doesn't go away. It's not something we grow out of. Sometimes it's something we cling on to because of that need for belonging everywhere we go. So a lot of the insecurities that I dealt with personally are just a lot of the basic ones that you might have encountered yourself. So a big one is fashion. So as you can see, I'm dressed very simply, sometimes, more often than not. Things are uncoordinated. I don't have any brand logos across my chest. You know, I used to care a lot about that. I used to care a lot about how I look to other people, especially fashion. That's kind of an outward expression of you and maybe your status, maybe how you like to dress. And I have all the respect for fashion. I think there's a lot of good and great in it and our way of expressing ourselves. But when it comes to the point that we feel that we just need these certain articles of clothing or certain brands just so we can impress others, that's a no-no. And that took me a while to understand. I remember in middle school, someone was like, oh, your name's Jordan, but you don't even own a pair of Jordans. And I felt hurt by that. Looking back at it now, it just seems so farcical. Like, bruh, like, okay, whoa, arrest me. Back then, I was just like, damn, and I bought my first pair of Jordans just so I could please my classmate that I don't even care about or even talk to at all. Like, it's pretty baffling to think about how much we just succumb into other people's wishes, into other people's comments on what they think about us. I don't really mind what people say about my clothing. Like, I'm really happy being in it, and I'm honestly just grateful to have clothes to wear. And because of that decision, I was able to focus more on brands that I actually like, and not the ones that are popular right now, that are mainstream, that most of my friends or even just peers are wearing nowadays. And because of this change in perspective, I've realized that why was I stressing about this so much when I was younger? You know, just trying to fit in so bad. Another thing I've struggled to deal with over the years was, I don't know if you can see here, but my hair, yep, I got a ton of white hair. It's just hereditary, it's in my family. And when I was younger, I just remember being teased about it. People making comments like, oh, you're old, you're gonna get a full head of white hair soon, like what are you gonna do? You better dye it now. And back then I was just so insecure about that. I'm like trying to find all the cover-ups to hide my hair, or I should color it soon. Like, oh my gosh. Over time, I've just come to accept that I don't really need to hide it. Like, there's nothing wrong if I do want to color it, but at this moment, it's not really to the point where I feel like I need to. And I'm honestly okay with that. People make comments about my hair. I'm just like, yep, that's me, man. I'm doing my best. Another one, and you can't see it here, but, oh wait, I'm in public, let me not do that. But I have carried with me just some belly fat over the years. I've been trying to work on it little by little, but I still have a good chunk there, and you could tell from the shirts that I wear when I walk out in public. And that was a big one for me. I did have a phase where I was just very, very chubby when I was a kid. So, you know, I just always got the jokes, the sneering and jeering and all that, the teasing. And even till today, even seeing the progress, and even though I feel like I'm in much better shape than I used to be, you know, there's still a lot more work to be done. And I still get poked for that, like literally poked, because their fingers are just sinking into my stomach. And if you've discerned any pattern here in my own insecurities, it's that it's due to other people's judgment. It's about what other people think about me. And that's something that I had to break. That's something I had to work on over time. Just with developing habits or breaking bad habits, it just requires deliberate, conscious practice. It's one thing to be aware of it. That's a huge first step, but it doesn't stop there. You have to keep working at it. You have to work on how to deal with the negativity, how to deal with the comments, how to handle them, because they will be there. That's just part of the process. But over time, if you deliberately work on it, I find that it gets easier, and it is possible to just work on yourself and do you. You don't need to worry about other people's opinions of you. And once you develop that habit, for sure, it's something that's easier on the mind. It's less to think about, less to worry about, and you can focus on things that actually matter. I used to be so insecure comparing myself to others, and that's the key word. Comparison is what's going to get us all. That's what has got me into this sinkhole, but I'm glad I'm making my way out of it. You know, especially with Instagram, with social media being so accessible nowadays, we just see this stimuli recurringly. You know, one day you could kind of have that mental energy to just be like, yeah, I don't care what you think. But the more you see it, it's just slowly planting those negative thoughts in your brain. And I think it's just being conscious of that, being wary of your surroundings, and honestly auditing your surroundings if you can, especially in social media. Once I became comfortable in my own skin, I felt like there was a whole new world out there, and I could actually explore freely without all this weight on my chest, all this pressure. And that's what it felt like. That's what that comparison and all that self-doubt felt like. Just something I carried with me, kind of like a ball and chain. It kind of affected my decisions. It affected what I wanted to focus on in life because I was so worried about what other people think about me and my actions. So that was a huge eye-opener for me. That was a huge moment. Once I was able to become comfortable in my own skin, this propelled me to start things like my vlog. This propelled me to put out more genuine content without having to act out, you know, this persona of who I want to be seen as. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's so much easier to be yourself. You know, acting and pretending to be someone you're not is difficult. It might carry you on for a while, but it's not sustainable over time. It'll feel so unnatural. It's like oil and water, you know, it's just not gonna go and mix together because it's not who you are. You want to be free and flowing like water with water because that's what you are. You are water, if that makes any sense. So my fashion sense, my white hair, and my belly fat, that's just who I am, right? I should just let it be? Not exactly. You should be working on yourself for you. Don't work on yourself for other people. That's the key point here. If I want to get rid of my belly fat, I'm gonna have to work on it because I want to live longer. I want to live a healthier lifestyle. Along with many things, this is a journey, a long, hard journey. You have to be consistent and patient throughout it all. So I urge you today to become more self-aware and to really take note of areas you feel you're insecure. I think a great way to do this is just by journaling how you feel at that moment when, I guess, someone, for example, says a mean or comment that bothers you a lot. Note how you feel. Note the situation, the context. Just let it sit in your mind for a while. Just think about why they said that, why you reacted that way, and then let it go. And I feel like doing that over time, recurringly, you just begin to realize, like, these are trivial matters that we really blow up and inflate, and it just clouds our life, our quality of life, man. Like, we're talking about living our best life, and we are letting other people stop us from doing that. I really urge you all to just look within. Go into the uncomfortable, because I know it's really uncomfortable to dive into our insecurities. We feel like we should be at this level. But the first step is just to acknowledge that, to accept where we are now, and that we can be better, and other people shouldn't be governing our lives. So this is Jordan here. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, turn on those notifications. 20 vlogs for 2020. I am out of here, about to go for a run, for a jog on this lovely, lovely January 11th. So thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you all tomorrow.